สวัสดีครับ Good afternoon, everyone. I think afternoon in Thailand. Welcome to another sessions today. It's Thailand sessions. In today sessions, it's the task title is going to be the Sustainable Future Educational Creator. I am Hambali Jema as a moderator for Thailand session today. And we will start from the beginning of the session with the welcoming speech from our our president and the dean of Panratt Songkhran University. Let's start welcoming speech from both of them, and we will continue our amazing and wonderful sessions today. Let's start with this and enjoy. Okay, this one.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Niwat Pradap, the president of Prince of Songkhran University, Thailand. On behalf of PSU, I would like to welcome you all to the live jam of the Design Day Marathon 2021 Thailand session, hosted by Prince of Songkhran University International College, Hat Yai campus, in the theme of Sustainable Future Educational Creator. I am delighted and honored to have this opportunity to welcome you to this session from Thailand as a co-host of the Design Day Marathon 2021 for the second time. To begin with, I would like to express my appreciation to all the audience from around the world joining the session today. As one of the most important academic activity of Beijing Design Week, the Design Day Marathon is such an amazing design workshop jointly mainly organized by Beijing Institute of Fashion Technology and other prestigious design institutions around the world since 2016. There have been more than 7,400 registered students from more than 340 schools in 12 countries and regions, where the workshops have generated numerous fruitful results. The event has been such valuable platform for the academics and experts around the world, sharing knowledge and updating the future trend, especially in design and technology. Though all areas have been impacted from the COVID-19 pandemic, this year's event has been successfully managed and committed to promoting the audience worldwide, similarly to the previous years. I would like to thank all the staff from both the honor host and Prince of Songkhran University, Thailand, co-host, who have made this live jam of the Design Day Marathon 2021 happen. The event is hoped to be wonderful platforms for conveying and sharing the experience as well as building knowledge from the academics successfully. I would like to take this opportunity to open the live jam of the Design Day Marathon 2021 Thailand session now. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Prince of Songkhran University International College, Hat Yai campus, I'm Sumanala Parotgit, the Dean of PSUIC Hat Yai campus. We are pleased to welcome you all to the live jam of the Design Day Marathon 2021 as a co-host Thailand session in the theme Sustainable Future Educational Creator. By organizing this joint event, I would like to express my gratefulness to the main official sponsor for this wonderful event. The International Center for Creativity and Sustainable Development, under the auspices of UNESCO, and the strong relationship partner, the Beijing Institute of Fashion Technology, who has kindly invited us to be a co-host from time to time. Today, Live Jam are the stage for the two main speakers who will walk you all through both art and educational technology trends in the future forecasting and designing the environment of sustainable societies. Ladies and gentlemen, the first speaker will introduce you to the topic of 7 deadly sins in contemporary world, which is a part of a larger project that explores the relationship between individual and society through experimental digital painting and facial expressions in the form of the artwork. While the second speakers will demonstrate how the creative STEM learning activities for enhancing reasoning skills of the next generation of innovative thinkers. He will draw your attention to the world of art, design, technology, and its learning environment for the 21st century education. Teaching and learning is needed to be based on the ability to use knowledge in the growing technologies of the digital economy. I believe that participating in this live jam today will bring your knowledge and enjoyment from sharing experience together. I'm also assuring that you will find new ideas, fresh energy, and good partnerships from us. Finally, I wish you all have a great time in the valuable moments from the live jam of the Design Day Marathon 2021, hosted by Prince of Songkhran University International College Hat Yai campus in the Thailand session today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The presidents and the dean of Srinath Songkhran University Hat Yai campus. And before we start the wonderful moment for sharing knowledge today, let me talk about the themes and the other two speakers for the main speaker of our sessions today. The main theme today is sustainable future educational creators. It means there are two main speakers of our college to give and share the knowledge about both design and educational technology design. The first one will start from our honors speaker. He is Dimitriie. He's an artist and graphic design professional, and of course, he is our graphic design lecturer at Panratt University International Hat Yai campus. He's holding the degree in graphic art from Academy of Art in Novi Sad, Department of Fine Arts, University of Novi Sad, Serbia. Let's start with the first speaker sharing and talking the sessions. Welcome, Mr. Dimitri.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Thank you for a beautiful
Hello.
introduction. The most of the things that I want to say is actually I expressed in video briefly.
Yes.
But the main topic that I've been exploring for years, actually, since I started my art career, is relationship between individuals and society around us, and I'm trying to translate into visual language that kind of reaction of individual towards oscillation from society.
From the poster, we are curious that what are you going to share and talk about the sessions?
It is quite different, actually, because it's pure visualization. It's pure fantasy world that is actually conveying message about our modern society. So don't be surprised that it will be a lot of
Yes,
maybe not so
I think
pleasant
the
images.
audience will. We have
Yeah,
some questions to ask you at the end of your presentation. Okay, shall we
yeah,
start?
yeah. I will share my video.
Okay, let's start.
So this is about state of consciousness. When we are kids, when we are very young, we are very open to the world. We feel safe and secure, like nothing bad can happen to us. Then we fall down, hurt ourselves, we cry, and we realize that not to and we need to be careful. As we growing up, we see many bad and wrong things happening around the world. We see there are many evil people doing bad things, and we realize we are born in the world that something is wrong. Something is fundamentally wrong with our world. So when something is wrong, there is obviously some problem, and that problem needs some solution. And then we question ourselves, we start asking questions about good and bad, about the purpose of life and so on. And sooner or later we realize that part of that problem is in ourselves. The Bible defines that problem as seven deadly sins. Now, when we are talking about seven deadly sins, we might have in mind Christianity or Western culture, but they are actually universal for all cultures and all people because they basically work against humans, against our happiness. Our modern world pays little attention to the seven deadly sins and even promotes them. All seven play a prominent role today, but without a vigilant eye, people might miss them or possibly even fall for them. Scripture does not have an explicit list of these seven deadly sins, but it does speak out against all of them in one way or another. A sin, whether lying or lusting, sets a chasm between a person and the Lord, in which only Jesus' death
on the cross and resurrection can preach. Although God hates all sins because it separates us from Him, the popular 7 deadly sins do play a leading role in today's modern world. Those 7 sins are gluttony, lust, sloth, greed, envy, wrath, and pride. Those 7 endorse a lifestyle apart from God. My work in formal digital painting mixed with traditional drawing represents personal reflection, expression of what I feel about this concept of life, and I hope that in this technocracy era, and especially in post-COVID era, people will have more awareness about life, not taking things for granted, being more selective regarding choices they make in life. Gluttony does not necessarily mean obesity. It means following the stomach instead of heart. In other words, indulging in excess of good things. We can see gluttony in the portion sizes offered by restaurants or the supersized houses full of goods we don't intend to use. It's a lack of self-control. Instead of eating 2 cookies, we eat an entire pack and so on. Because we can and because our stomach wants to. Lack of self-control can also apply to many other places. These days, for example, many people are overindulging in devices and screen time, like TVs, laptops, cell phones, tablets, handheld gaming systems, and so on. As a result, we can become more connected to our devices than to the world and people around us. Lust is a strong sexual desire for someone. In the context of sinning means lusting outside the bounds of marriage. Lust only sees someone for their sexual pleasure instead of the fact that God made them in His own image. We could easily point to several examples of lust in modern society, such as hookup culture that turns love into a second-hand emotion. 2 become 1 just for a night, and then the world encourages us to repeat the process with another person. Pornography pervades all media, insisting that one misses social prowess if they haven't got rid of their virginity or stay faithfully attached to a marital partner. Sloth, in essence, means laziness or a refusal to work. It can be seen in many forms: a refusal to cook food at home by eating out all the time, giving a half-hearted effort on assignments, cutting corners on a project to save time and effort. It's basically rejecting to put love in what you do. People yearn for early retirement, long vacations, and day when they can call in sick. Even during studies, students procrastinate on work, watch Netflix in bed because they think they deserve that break. Greed means an intense desire for worldly things such as wealth or power. It goes beyond basic needs. Greed keeps rich young rulers from following Jesus. It sponsors the idea that bigger is better, and then you can never get big enough. For sure, 40K salary is great, but why not 50K? Why not 60? And so on. So enough is not enough. Envy in essence means dissatisfaction with one's own possessions in comparison with others. The last of the Ten Commandments warns us against coveting our neighbor's possessions. Perhaps a friend has more grandchildren than you. Perhaps someone in your small group has a marriage that seems far more better than your own. Comparison basically robs us of all joy. It makes us forget being grateful. With the rise of social media, society gives us plenty of chances to indulge in envy. As Instagram presents perfect lives, those who scroll may wonder why theirs doesn't match the filters. Vengeful anger. The Lord claims all vengeance, but in payback culture, society seems to frown upon turning the other cheek. Characters in movies and TV shows avenge wrongs done to them and family members until they deem the retribution is equal. And it doesn't just play out on our screens. We sue anyone who commits a slight wrong. It happens in schools, in school shootings, in the political sphere, with violent protesting, getting out of hand, violence on the street, and so on. Pride, in essence, places ourselves on a high pedestal, but not in a good way. It is an arrogance in which we place ourselves on the throne where God should reside. We turn ourselves into gods due to our achievements, our children, our happy marriage, and so on. By far, this sin above the others governs mainly the American culture, from national pride to pride in workplace achievements, permeates every aspect of modern society. It also dominates in its acceptance. Society scorns those who show humility and praises those who think they're all bad.
Okay, guys.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing such a wonderful
Uh,
painting, a digital painting, right?
yes,
I think everyone have wondered. Everyone, can you hear me clearly?
I hear some interruption, but
Okay. I think everyone has wondered uh,
uh,
which which part of the artwork is the main message you want to to the audience.
the main message basically starting with a description of seven deadly sins. So basically, we recognize those sins in different aspects of society. So, for example, if we recognize envy in Instagram consumption, uh, that doesn't mean Instagram is bad, but it means only the way how we consume uh, media is crucial, whether this will be bad or not. So it's basically I'm raising the questions about advantages and disadvantages of new trends in social media, in modern life, and all those modern dating, young people and stuff like that. So because we are witnessing of big polarization of the world. So world is being polarized between something that we can call traditional understanding and something that we can call like liberal, neoliberal concept of the world, like you know, new world order. So both of concepts uh, have advantages and disadvantages. I would like if participants can ask some questions about this, and we can discuss about different aspects of that polarization. Achan Humbly, I think your screen is freezing.
Ajan Hambali.
Okay, I think we experienced some connection problems, but anyway, participants in this session can send private chat message if there are any questions
He came back. He came back.
regarding it. Yeah.
Yeah, he came back.
Okay.
Okay.
So as I said in video, this is just one small part of a bigger project that I did, and this project will be definitely expanded into more interactive media, not only digital painting.
Okay.
But yeah, so this part is just I found interesting to explore some moral values in our society.
Okay.
And
Thank
basically,
you.
it's
I have one more question.
yes,
I have one more question. Um, I wonder, normally people perceive that the art can normally portray and express a beautiful way of life and
yes,
society, but
yeah, but
your work quite the opposite.
yeah, because ugly is also aesthetic category as strong as beautiful, you know. So I
Yes,
like I like to express ugly, uh, uh, and trying to present on beautiful way that ugliness, because
yes, yes.
it's it's uh, it's raising questions of meaning of the specific motive and the way how we present it, you know.
That's why. That's why. That's why.
Yeah,
It's such an amazing. It's like you can present and think it define the different ways of the beauty in an opposite way. The beauty of it
yeah,
to your
and
work. Okay. I think
presenting
it's such a
ugly things
very
on beautiful
good
way.
and yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. Before we move to another speaker, um, I think we want to thank you, Mr. Dimi, and the lecturer, or you can call him as an artist professional at Songkhran University International Hajai campus. And I hope everyone can enjoy and get a different perspective of the art. Moving
Thank you
to
very
another
much for
speaker, we are
listening.
here
And
with you. Yes, of course. Thank you so much. And we are with another speaker for today's sessions, Assistant Professor Tenet Panratt. Is coming with his project. It's quite, we call educational technology designs, which quite far different from the first speaker. We welcomed Assistant Professor Dr. Tanet Panratt to give his talk today for us. Please welcome.
Thank you, MC, and thank you all committee for inviting me here. My name is Adjutant Professor Dr. Tenet Bangla. For today, we will talk on how the creative activities can enhance skill of the next generations of innovative thinkers. In response to the 21st century educations, the goal of learning and teaching is based on the ability to use knowledge in growing technologies of the digital economies. The challenges of teaching and learning style is not entries based on contents. However, its emphasis will be on how the student learn to manage the knowledge and integrate it into the requirements in the real world and learn to self-develop their lifelong learning skill. According to the necessities of the 21st century skill of students in the knowledge-based economies, the student need to know and understand how competent they are. Lecturers should know and understand all of the student before bring them to the learning process. When students how and understand the advantage and limitations of their performance, and they can simplify the learning process and teaching activities. As various influences and developments of knowledge in 21st century students have been included feeling, emotions, motivations. One thing is clear that students develop knowledge through a range of processes, including through experiences as well as teachings. which involve the transformations of knowledge. Students learn how to relate information, solve problems, and develop creative and critical thinking. The development of tacit knowledge through the experience during higher education is valuable for the next generations of the students. In the learning process, the development of such knowledge has both positive and negatives, all of which affect the development of the student as the receivers of information, such as feeling, emotion, thinking process, skill. It depends on the source of knowledge and is based on background knowledge of the recipients. In the other hand, teaching is the process of transform knowledge, which has been accumulated by the next generation. Therefore, a major role is to inspire and drive knowledge students to revolute their learning styles for seeking the future's learner's best success. Ultimately, the success approach can foster better knowledge transfers and can help students to become professionals. The new next normals of education transformation concept also mean that teachers will support lifelong learning and coaching the students that can be effectively used in the real classroom, but all provide processes to support and align with the learning environment, such as infrastructures, supporting materials, tools, systems, and academic staff, and also new learning platforms, physical and virtual learning space, not only concern teaching and learning program, but the new learning platforms also provide as the supporting tools. This is the ideas of how STEM learning activities can enhance the listening skills of the next generations of the innovative thinkers. This is a short idea of how we can provide the activities and can enhance the student for the next generations of innovative thinkers. To be honest, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. And thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
It's such an amazing design and thinking. Oh, I can see a lot of work. That one's from, I guess it's from the students from your class. So I have one question. How asking, the technique of asking the questions can develop you and your students' design skill?
Uh-huh. Thank you for your question. The idea is let them work together. Let the team work with the team first, and then let them connect between the informations or the knowledge of each other, and then combine together. This is easy technique. And by the way, let them learn from the the real experiences from the communities, their own virtual space or social media, and then make together, connect together. And also, I have the idea. This one, I'm not so sure you saw me the slides
Yes, you can. You can
like that.
show.
Can you show me? I will stop here. Share one a little bit. Share screen. That one.
Please share.
This is okay. Here.
Okay, just wait. It is still showing.
Okay. You found it?
Not yet. I think we just need to wait for a while to show on the screen. You have shared, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me try one time. Okay. Let me share.
Why sharing? Which part of your class of design, we can call design thinking, right? So which part is the most difficult? The most difficult to create
Yeah.
The thinking about design and create the ideas, how to get them design and create the ideas.
At first is let them have the motivations. If they have motivation, it's too easy to move on in class. By the way, if they have the idea on the motivations or the powers or energies from the lecturers, uh, I might not call the lecturer a coach. Me is a coach. Yeah. So this is an idea. That is to ask me the first question: how,
Yes,
how, how, how let them grow, and then how let them work together. By the way, from the bottom left, we have the some picture, and let them think what is the elements or the key idea of this picture, and then combine together. This is the idea. And for example, I will move to another part. For example, this is a car, and how applies the Fibonacci to be
oh,
a part of the car, a part of
mm,
a car. This is the wheel, right? How the
mm,
how the road how the road takes on, or and how connects the basics idea of the scientific idea to be the future the component for the car.
mm,
This is for example, and also if you saw the first image that I let them you have saw the ducks. This is the idea of how we design the car by prototype from duck. Yeah, this is the idea, and then let them think how to adapt a part of ducks, a part of plants, or a part of the Fibonacci to decide their own idea, and then work
mm,
together with a team. And also, this is the idea how they can apply some parts of plant to produce their own works. This is the key idea how we can they encourage them. Let them give the reasons. For example, this plant, how how to make this plant or how to apply the idea or the concept or shape or the roots or leaf of these plants to be a part of the view. This is the idea. And
mm,
also, after they provide the works and let them think in the next step. For example, how this car can rent in snow, in waters, or in urban car. This is the past.
mm,
Let them design what is a next product. For example, business plans and how to prototype it, and then let them generate the idea how to sell them, how to sell their products with a different style. This is the idea, and also this is a prototype. This is a car that we got the award from Toyota Thailand and Southeast Asia. We submit the student works for from almost team around 745 somethings, and we got the final round for 15 rounds, and then we got some award from these competitions. So this is the idea how we can apply the STEM learning activity and to encourage all of them to provide the works. In not only this work, we have a lot of works that that we have done from the class based on STEM learning. We plus STEM science, engineer, mathematics, and technology with art, and plus valuable with creativities. This is the valuable from this class, from the idea from class to the competition, from the competition to protocol apply the product in the future. That is the idea. And also from the slide, the video that I gave you, not only these words, we have another part of the work and with the design, and then we got a award from the natural routes. Yeah, this is the idea an answer for your questions.
And this
thank you so
generating,
much.
this sketching ideas and generating ideas basically is very much similar to concept art and digital illustration classes. It's
Yep.
it's just the difference that students need to combine their art skills of drawing and painting into generating ideas. But it's very similar. Wheel sketching, uh, uh, similarity in shapes, and generating on this kind of.
What you both, I can find that what you both shared here, it's get inspired from nature, right?
Yes, yes,
Mr.
yes.
Jimmy, right. Okay, we can see that we can just get inspired from the simple nature life or the simple thing around to us to get inspired and get a very such a wonderful design in artwork here. Wow, it's just surprising and amaze us a lot. Okay, you both, do you have any comment to leave before we leave our Thailand stations today? Mr. Dimi, do you have
uh,
some message?
Message. I actually said everything in video, but it's just I would like if someone can share also idea about vision in post-COVID era. Uh, how
Mm.
Oh,
how we going to function after all these things happened, and how our life will, how it will affect those changes our daily lives. So it's always interesting for me. But in terms of educational message is basically what Achanjam already mentioned.
okay.
Is, yeah, generating ideas, finding inspiration in everything we see is basically something that we need to put in practice, which is hard part.
Thank you.
In theory is
Yes,
very
thank
easy,
you so
but in practice is, yeah.
okay. What about you, Assistant Professor Tanet?
Yeah, according from Dr. Atandimi said that the life after COVID-19 is quite big questions, very big questions. From my point of view at the educationals, I think with this situation, it might be a good time for the to think about the consequence of the COVID-19 on education. And the second question is, with this situation, it might be a good time to recommend us or opportunities for the teaching and learning. Or by now, we might revise our current curriculum and adapt and suit for the student. See, you might you also you might think right now we have no student in class in the physical class, right? And by the way, the the curriculums has been provided and set up 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and right now we can guarantee about the curriculums. So right now, is it the big question? We might set up a new idea of the rewrite the curriculum that's flexible or suit for the students, and also I think in with this idea is might be have a problem same as a university around the world. We 100% for sure we can't get back into the 100% for physical classroom, and we might provide them some virtual learning space for wrap or for run over the curriculum. And also I doc, Ajahn Hambali, I found that in the chat we have some chat in support code with digital collaboration is very important. I very agree with this sentence.
Yes,
Yeah, and also we of course we also get some inspiration or find some inspiration by the nature. That is the idea. And by the way, the big question is how make it collapse or how to combine it together between a inspired by nature or a nature and then the like a digital collaboration. That is the idea how we can let let them join together or work together or combine together. This is the idea, Ajahn Hammalai. Thank you.
That's amazing because you know what you both done today is such an example of digital collaboration, both in terms of digital art and digital painting and digital technology design. Such an amazing, wonderful examples of the digital collaboration. And of course, today we have shared a very wonderful and amazing moment together. I hope everyone from around the world, especially thank you to the audience from the Indonesia and from Beijing and from the Phuket. I can see here the comment. And before we leave our sessions, I want to say thank you to the big host and the honor host and then invited us even every year, Professor Ting from Beijing Institute of Science and Technology, and of course another supporter for this year's event is United Nations Educational Science and Cultural Organizations. And thank you so much
And also,
for our support from
I would like to thank you, guys. Just now, I see comments I didn't see before. So we have
yeah. Okay.
participants from Medan. Hello to Medan.
Yes, Medan.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with this city in Indonesia.
With this city,
Also,
right? As I have
yeah, and
mentioned before.
thank you for the comments, guys.
Thank you. And it's the ending session, ending moment for today. We are from Prince of Songkhla University International College Hadai campus. Uh, we would like to thank you, all the audience and the supporters in Prince of Songkhla University. Ourselves support us today in the theme of sustainable future educational creator. We hope we will see each other and share a great moment like this even every year and even better and more amazing every year. And see you again next week. Thank you so much for having us today. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
สวัสดีค่ะ